Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this City Club Friday Forum, coming to you for 97 continuous years from the heart of downtown Cleveland, Ohio. I am Donald Cairns, immediate past president of the City Club Forum Foundation. We are very pleased today to welcome to our podium Dr. Mary Sue Coleman, who has led the University of Michigan since being appointed its 13th president in August of 2002 and is in her second five-year term. As president, she unveiled several major initiatives that will have an impact on future generations of students, the intellectual life of the campus, and society at large. These initiatives include the interdisciplinary richness of the University of Michigan, student residential life, ethics in our society, and issues related to healthcare. Under her leadership, the university launched the Michigan Difference, a campaign to raise $2.5 billion for the future of the institution. By November 2008, the university celebrated the historic achievement of raising $3.11 billion, the most ever by a public university. So, your own local stimulus. Dr. Coleman also has announced a groundbreaking partnership with the university and Google, which will enable the public to search the text of the university's 7 million volume library and will open the way to universal access and the preservation of recorded human knowledge. President Coleman is regarded as a national spokesperson on the educational value of diverse perspectives in the classroom. Her extensive leadership positions in higher education include having served on the Executive Committee of the Association of American Universities, the Internet 2 Board of Directors, the National Collegiate Athletic Association Board of Directors, and the Knight Commission on Intercollegiate Athletics. Elected to the Institute of Medicine in 1997, President Coleman also is a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. She co-chaired a major policy study of the Institute of Medicine examining the consequences of being uninsured and has become a nationally recognized expert on this difficult issue. A native of Kentucky, she attended junior high school and high school in Cedar Falls, Iowa. She earned her undergraduate degree in chemistry from Grinnell College and her doctorate in biochemistry from the University of North Carolina. She has been awarded numerous honorary degrees and is the recipient of a Distinguished Alumna Award from the University of North Carolina. Among her many other awards, she has been honored as Humanitarian of the Year by the Michigan Roundtable for Diversity and Inclusion. Her many other achievements are in her biography in your program. And by the way, Dr. Coleman, my scarlet tie today is not a reflection of my being an alum of Ohio State, but rather in recognition of the American Heart Association's National Wear Red Day today, intended to draw attention to the importance of supporting research and treatment of women's heart disease. But please note, there is a touch of blue. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Mary Sue Coleman to the City Club of Cleveland.
I'm delighted to be here today. Don, thank you so much for that introduction. And I'm also pleased that my colleagues, President Snyder from Case Western Reserve and President Forenza from University of Akron are here. Thank you for being here. 130 years ago this spring, a remarkable achievement in American science and technology came to light just 2 blocks from here. On an April evening, thousands of people gathered at Public Square, where a series of 150 poles had been erected. Powered by a nearby dynamo, the poles sprang to life with a bluish-purple brilliance that blanketed the square in light. A band played, horses reared up, an artillery squad fired a celebratory salute, and a new era dawned for America's urban areas. A reliable system of electric streetlights had been born, and the Washington Post announced the death knell of the gas lights. The 30-year-old inventor of this public lighting system was, as you may know, Charles Francis Brush of Cleveland. His name and ingenuity were prominent throughout the region in the 19th century, and his electric lighting system was soon illuminating the streets of New York, Montreal, San Francisco, and dozens of other North American cities. Brush lights made neighborhoods safer, allowed families to take after-dinner strolls, and brightened retail districts until late into the evening. They also made Charles Brush a millionaire. What you may not know is that Charles Brush was a graduate of the University of Michigan. He came to Ann Arbor for an engineering degree, and he took courses in chemistry and mathematics and mechanics, but also in rhetoric, history, and French. He earned his degree in less than 3 years by going to school continuously and attending summer classes. Charles Brush ushered in a new era of technology for our country, using the talents he developed growing up in Cleveland and the knowledge he gained by studying at the University of Michigan. As a scientist and an entrepreneur, he helped society transition from one energy technology to another, and in doing so, transformed our way of life. Whether in the Victorian era or the digital era, research universities prepare people to solve society's problems. And those problems are more than abundant here in the Midwest, where our industrial centers are struggling, our traditional economies are in a state of flux, and our citizens are anxious about the future. Research universities excel at creating solutions for the future. In Michigan, by drawing on our vast and unique strengths in education and innovation, and finding partners outside our traditional academic comfort zones, we will be a beacon of progress for America in the 21st century. I was eager to accept your invitation today because our respective regions and states have so much in common in terms of achievements and challenges. Here in the Midwest, we are home to great universities, cities that built themselves on hard work, beautiful lakes and shorelines, and a tapestry of cultures and ethnicities that make our communities vibrant. You have much to be proud of here in Cleveland, which has dedicated itself to reinvention. From the arts to the health sciences, Cleveland is emerging as a real jewel in the Great Lakes region. We also have our challenges, and at the top of the list is the economy. The Midwest is not alone in this malaise, but we are often the national poster child for the economic downturn because of our manufacturing heritage and the difficult transition that we are making to a knowledge-based economy. The state of Michigan is, of course, home to the auto industry. We are proud of our contributions to the American and world economies through the vehicles and the spin-off technologies we design and build. But we are undergoing a dramatic transformation in our state and throughout the Midwest. No longer can children grow up knowing that a well-paying job with benefits awaits them at the local assembly plant. No longer do mid-level managers plan careers with and devote loyalties to one company. And no longer do executives fret just about next year's model, but next year's health care costs and pensions. The state of Michigan, much like Ohio and Indiana and Illinois, is being forced to reinvent an economy built on new knowledge and innovation. A year ago, the Brookings Institution issued a detailed report on the Great Lakes region and our role in North America's economic leadership. It made a point of our history with bustling ports and factories in cities like Cleveland, Detroit, Milwaukee, and Chicago. With that industrial growth came an enviable range of colleges and universities, and it is the work of these institutions, including the University of Michigan, that will help our region right itself for the demands of the 21st century.